Yeah. 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 So many lies that you hear from the net, they don't get her respect. She reporting the truth, not a check. You want an unbiased opinion straight from the chest, not a bit accomplice or someone here for a check. Tune in, these are thoughts from a lawyer on a mission who goes so hard it's like she works on commission. Trolls in the comments might say she tripping cause they lack the knowledge. They don't know they missing. Got a couple current events that you like. Wanna know about law from the eyes. Tired of all these blogs running lies because their agendas are disguised. Tune in to the intellect, cause I'm sure y'all missing all the facts of the case that she steady is gifting. Someone here for the people, man, it's so uplifting. If you ain't subscribed yet, then you just omitting facts.
Hello, everyone. We are back. Thank you so much for subscribing to the platform. Make sure that you hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
And another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out of it, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
So I am back to finish up the video that I just could not do. I couldn't do. It was maybe we went over 2 phone calls on the main page a couple of days ago, and my eyes just slowly got heavy. Then his voice just started annoying me. He being Ernest Williams. Sonia's voice sounded like nails on a chalkboard. And then I just tapped out. I was like, I just can't do it anymore. But then a lot of people were like, wait, you're getting to the good part. You're getting to the good part. So apparently there must have been a part that people have interpreted as a form of like blackmail or something. I don't know. I actually did not listen to the whole part of that. So I am going to hear it now and see what you guys are referring to. But since I said there were a few people, hopefully they're over here. I did post it on the wall of the main page. So hopefully, because I don't know how the notifications are going because I'm considered a newbie, over here. But hopefully they can come over here, the ones that were concerned about the last 15, 20 minutes. So we're going to go over those 20 minutes right now. I hope you guys are having a fantabulous day. Also, what is very interesting, I don't know how many of you guys saw the video jail call that was posted related to Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist, his girlfriend. Now, I watched like 5 minutes of it, and when they just kept talking about gold, they chains and bracelets, I was like, and I just kept it moving. Well, apparently people are trying to make this into some outrage, like it's a conspiracy, and they're trying to blame the judge. And there's some people that know better. That's what's tripping me out. You know that it is public record. Just because people don't utilize it, it's just like people when they have the right to vote and they choose not to. Just because you don't utilize it doesn't make it illegal. So now you got celebrities going around talking about this is a lawsuit waiting to happen. Okay, Meek, don't let somebody try to FOIA up your stuff and see what was going on when you were in jail too, because it is definitely, when it comes to the county jails, they have it on Cobb County website. When you go to their FOIA site, anybody can go over there and see it. It says you click down on what you want and it says jail costs. It is literally on the public site, and people are like, I got inside information and I know who leaked it. And I know it was a sheriff who did such and such and so. I done heard 3 different stories. I'm like, all you got to do is request it. And either they say okay or they deny it. Now they can deny it if they say, oh, it's an ongoing investigation or something. They think somehow it's going to prohibit the investigation or whatnot. That is a reason not to distribute some information, but you'll be entitled to it anyway when it's all over or when it's said and done. And again, the reason why these phone calls are even available, in my opinion, is because these are high profile cases. And because of that, the prosecution is probably requesting that they don't delete or remove those phone calls so they're available. Otherwise, from my understanding, I know where I am, they don't automatically keep phone calls. Now, when the prosecutor says we're monitoring them and we want them, then they'll put a hold on it. And then I've gotten plenty of jail calls and body cameras and dash cameras and all of that is public record. But it's just wild to see people think like it's a whole conspiracy and let that man go. This is just another reasoning why. It's been a lot of jail calls that's been murder house calls have been out for a while, even before we even knew about phone calls from prison. So it's just wild to me to see how people just say you don't know. To get out there and just act like you're saying it definitively, you know that we have a lawsuit or whatever. I mean, they may have the money to try to change that policy where perhaps it can't go out or something until after a certain amount of time. I don't know. But as of now, nobody did anything nefarious. So I don't even understand that concept. But anyway, welcome to everybody. Welcome to everybody as you come in. I just wanted to give that. And to those that missed my Tasha K, my live on Tasha K, Kevin Hart, and Manisha, what's her name? Shakes. Y'all go over there and check that video out. Manisha was giving out a whole lot of tea. Tasha has also, the company, because she's in bankruptcy, so the company has submitted a response as well. Definitely doesn't have a lawyer like she may have had with Cardi B. So I may go over her response today, but the actual hearing was supposed to take place today. So I don't know if it happened or not. You know, California's, West Coast is 3 hours behind me. So I don't know if they actually had it or not, but it's supposed to be a hearing on whether they're going to issue an ex parte. Tasha's attorney kind of covered where it may, from a legal standpoint, cover their arguments they have for Miss Shakes. So that'll be very interesting. But anyways, without further ado, I see you guys coming in. Hey, Aaliyah. Hey, Alice and Tiana and Amy and Stacy, the first twin. Thank you guys so much for coming over here. Call me, darling. You said, why did the video come down? It didn't come down. I believe she just privated it because of all of the hoopla that was going on around it. And some stuff, it probably ain't worth it. It probably isn't worth it, but it's really not. You can choose whether you want to keep it up or put it down. But I mean, it's viral now. I think there are a lot of blogs that automatically have took off their watermark and taken credit for it and all of that, or they could have gotten it themselves. They could have tried to get their own videos as well. But that's that. Hey, Enterprise Mommy. Entrepre Mommy. I don't know if I'm saying that. Lawanda, good to see you. Independent Thinker, good to see you. What's the process? You put in a request in Cobb County specifically, you can do it online. So like you click on it, you click the name, you got to give them specific information. And then if they have them, then they'll send them to you. And then they're real cheap, baby. Like they sent me the jail calls. They sent me some jail calls back in August, I think. And it was like $5. Like they were like, can you send us $5 for the disc? I'm like, okay. And I think it was mainly because I didn't live there. So they were like mailing it, which is real cheap because I paid $1,500 for like FOIA requests here when I wanted Freedom of Information Act requests. So everybody has different policies. Some just have an email address and you can request it. Like when I do it through my firm, I do it in a formalistic manner. So I'll use my letterhead and all of that. I don't necessarily use their email system that they have because I think it makes a difference when you kind of do it as a lawyer. I've gotten things faster that way than trying to do it just as myself. But yeah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, let's pull this up. I just you said you've Googled it and can't find a straight. You go to their website. I mean, depends on what what are you Googling? Because it depends on what county that you're in or where you are. Literally, you can go to in every depending on what you're trying to get. You can get emails from your mayor. You have to go to the mayor's website and see how to do for you. You can get, again, jail calls. You have to go to the jail system, the jail website, Cobb County Sheriff's, and then they'll show you how to do it for that. Prosecutor's office. When cases are over, you can get the files for the prosecutors if they keep them. They're supposed to for a certain amount of time. So it's different. This is public record. So it just depends on what public information you're trying to get on where you will find it. And then you're going to have some people like where I am, they don't keep calls like that. The calls that I've been able to get was usually, again, cases that went to trial. They were told to be put a hold on them so that the prosecutor could use them or whatever. And anytime the prosecutor gets anything, they got to give it to the other side anyway. So all of it becomes public record too that way. But you can request it, and sometimes they'll say, like, I've requested, and they're like, we didn't keep any calls. We don't have such information. Prison calls, again, because I do wrongful convictions, they keep those too. Because definitely try to use those against you when you try to sue. So yeah. Oh, okay. Glad I answered your question, Kay. I'm a little behind on the comments because I'm trying to talk and then look over, because at least over here it's a little slower. When I'm on the main page, I just miss all. If you're not super chatting, I miss them. So let's go on with this video call so I can see what people were talking about when they were discussing, I guess, an alleged blackmail part. They were asking me, was it blackmail? I was like, I don't know, because I ain't even watch it, but I'm definitely going to do it. So I backed up a little bit. So we'll do it'll be about 20 minutes or whatever. I don't want to take up all of your lunchtime. Oh, this mug backs all the way up. Wait a minute. Okay, let's see.
TNT, but
okay.
Picture.
Oh, okay.
I bought the microphones, and what I want to do is I'm gonna just start up. They was like, you need to just get your page jumping and going.
Let me see.
I said, so what are you talking about? RVs. The hot mess. They said nothing about her. They just went in on Shirley. Oh, she's stupid. She does. She did it. Oh, here y'all talking about Erica, the co-defendant who's supposed to be the girlfriend right now. Like, talk about her. They said nothing about Erica. Now they going in on my ass.
Well, guess what? So whoever sending you this, I heard.
No, it's like feel like it's hair in my outer lip. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. What I was saying was the person, whoever they picked, this person sending you that, those are the ones who want to see you in.
Okay, let me answer this question. So you said, Sarah said, my civics class teacher told us how the court reporter owns those transcripts. We're not talking about transcripts, and that is true. I don't know about owning them. You have to pay for them, like directly with the court reporter. They usually give you the court reporter's email address. They tell you they have like a schedule on how fast you want them, and then or how fast you need them, and then they charge per page, and then they charge if it's a rush and all of that. So you do go directly to the court reporter to get transcripts, which is, for those that don't know, the typed information from the court hearings and proceedings. When it comes to, but once they are filed, like say, a lot of defendants, they allow them, if they're indigent, they can get their transcripts for free. So the court will pay for it. And then once that happens, it becomes public record too. So, or you get the transcripts. You have to file the transcripts when you're going to appeal. So the whole transcripts, I have transcripts of whole trials and all of that I never paid for because it was just a part of, a motion or a part of something that was filed. So.
On my page, I had more people supportive than on the other people's page, which is all negative. But they only support negativity on those pages. So,
Right.
and the guy who has 88,000 followers on YouTube, he put my page up on his page for like 10 minutes and kept saying, Sonya, if you're out there, I want to do an interview. I want to do an interview with you. But you stay talking mad shit about me. So why would I get on your platform?
Exactly.
So you could sit there and rag me down because you talking about Tasha K and talking about, oh, she talking about RV parks. Why y'all sound so puzzled? Like, well, how did y'all, what was?
So she was talking about Make It Make Sense. That's who she was talking about. So if anybody was in, I think Mims went into the chat of the last phone calls from prison and said, I heard Tasha K was talking about me. I mean, not Tasha K, Lord Jesus. I heard that Sonya was talking about me in a video that my name came up. People was like, I didn't hear your name. I must have mentioned this is the part that, of course, she didn't say his name, but that's who she was referring to.
I said, we have RVs in common. She was like, RVs. I was like, exactly. I said, black folks don't know nothing about it. I said, y'all don't even. I said, that's the one thing that me and him always. I said, you see the articles, jail calls, Sonya and Ernest will talk about opening up an RV park. That's on the jail calls. I said, so what are you talking about? RVs.
It's well, you know what?
How did y'all meet? I said, we met on some commercial property. Well, you didn't ask him if he was married. I said, why would I meet him on some business and ask him about some personal?
They had all that on there. They had all that on there.
She kept saying, no, that's what the interview was about. When she got on the phone,
okay.
She was trying to say, well, how did y'all meet? And I was like, he was walking in property I was interested in, and I pulled up because I'm like, I call and nobody answered. So when I walked in to be like, hey, I'm interested in this property, he was like, I already leased it. And I said, and we just started talking about business after that, and they was like, I was like, why would I meet him about some commercial property? And I'm trying to open up a club. He wanted to open up a parlor, exclusive for, men or whatever, and start asking him about his wife. I said, why would I ask him? I wasn't checking for him, and he wasn't checking for me. We were talking about business.
So they didn't cut none. They didn't cut none of it up, did you?
They kept.
She didn't cut none.
They did They did a 4-blogger recap where all 4 of the main bloggers that talked the most shit about us. Mm-hmm. They all got on this little panel thing and they started going in like they making this shit so stupidly. Like people don't want to hear about it past 24 to 23. They don't want to hear about it. But they were, trying to go in on the 4-panel thing and just each individually try, to come for me or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I saw she was recording the interview. Yeah, but if she would have posted it, I would have struck it. Girl, I had that recording for insurance to make sure you didn't fuck me. That's why I had it. When they was asking me, please don't load that up. And I was like, it's just insurance, so she don't fuck me. And y'all played it in its entirety the way it's supposed to play. That's why I have it. So if you play one way, I'm going to play the real way. And they played the original version. I don't know if they was going to, in the beginning, chop it up, because the one girl who has Carl Thomas's baby, remember Carl Thomas from Bad Boy? Yeah. So me and her was out on Sunday. We were out together. And she interviewed with Tasha K. And she said Tasha K twisted her shit fucked it all up and chopped up. That's why I was like, oh, let me record it, because I've heard how you do people when you interview them and you chop up the interview and you switch it around. So, yeah, she was like.
Okay, so there's more people calling you now?
Yeah, they're reaching out. Girl.
Oh, okay.
But I want to do 2 things. I want to do like an innocence situation where people like get on there and with their problems with the court system and talk about that. And I went in on Roswell after you hung up. I was like, that police department is corrupt. I was like, nothing's adding up. I was like, if you look on YouTube, they got a whole list of videos about the corruption and then how the last chief stepped down 2 years ago. All the reviews are bad. All the citizens, and we're talking about white and black, but it was 80% of the reviews that were negative were white people. It wasn't even black people talking about Roswell police. I said, so you got to look at the source. And the fact that when she went in and reported that car stolen back in May, early June, right? She didn't say anything else about the other stuff. Now, even if she did, they didn't take the case because they probably told her it's civil. All of that other stuff you talking about is civil if she says something. But that's something to say in court when you put her on the stand and say, okay, well, when you report the car stolen or whatever, which is not really stolen, it's called unlawful authorization, meaning she gave you the car back and you didn't give it back when she asked for it. So it's unlawful use of vehicle, meaning it's not stolen. It was given, but now I want it back, right?
Absolutely.
So that's what it should have been, right? Because she gave you the car. Why didn't you come forward with all the other cases? And then too, since South Fulton had that case already going, why didn't they pick up the other stuff? Why does Roswell have the other stuff? Why y'all holding on to other shit when Fulton opened up the South Fulton? All you do is send her to South Fulton, and it could have been.
You on your shit now. You on your shit now.
Well, you got to cover everything because you got to make them look just as uncredible as they trying to uncredible as you, as they trying to, when they keep bringing up, oh, he got a pass. So does Roswell police. Y'all got a pass too. Y'all got a pass of unlawful behavior, illegal things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got conduct issues. Y'all got all kind of stuff going on in y'all department. So y'all want to talk about my past? Let's bring up y'all.
Okay, so let me ask a question.
Y'all see Shirley over there looking unbothered. That was really what she posted this morning. That is really her picture. Okay, Shirley said, I'm over here chilling. Listen, I'm warm. I ain't behind no bars. I'm over here chilling. And she let people know she is okay in her stories over there on that IG. Okay. That is Shirley. Listen to all of this foolishness between these two. So as you guys can see, and we've seen it a whole lot, she has her own theory on everything. And he just right. I don't even think he has even all of these stories like together for himself. I think she gives him a lot of these defenses, and that's why he's like, you know your stuff now. Now you know your stuff. Just because it's what he wants to hear, or it's probably things he ain't never thought of. She probably done came up with some defenses or excuses, I would say, more so than defenses that he didn't even think of. And it's very apparent. So she does. She looks very rested. Yes, she does. She does. But let's go on, because I could stop this mug every 2 minutes with something, but I'm not. I'm trying my best. I'm doing good.
Do you think Buddy got a mouthpiece like you that you're finna hire and got a team to do what you need?
Yeah, because he's young and he's hungry.
And got a team.
I already asked him. Everything that we're going through, I already asked him. Are you this? Are you this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you even put up with me? Because I'm a lot. He was like, no, I have no problem. I'm like, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm telling you. I don't need nobody that operate on their feelings. I said, because that's what we're dealing with now. Somebody that operate under their feelings. Act like a
man. When I tell you this man wrote me a 30-page letter, man. He wrote me a 30-page letter.
30 pages.
If he wrote him a 30-page letter, and this is the lawyer that Shirley paid for, you're going to see that 30-page letter in that bill. You paying for that. So every time you done wrote him, every time Sonya, and that's the crazy part too. What if Shirley asked for a bill of particulars from that lawyer on where he got his hours from, and he put on there conversations with Sonya? She emailed responses to Sonya, responding to reading Sonya's letter, reading Nesto's letter. We literally bill for our time. Any phone calls, your assistant, if it was one phone call where I think she was on three-way and the assistant was on there as well. They just charge less for the assistant. You might charge $100 an hour for your assistant, but that means your paralegal, for their conversations, you bill them $100, $150, or whatever you put in your retainer for your legal assistant. And then, but you do your regular rate. So if you want to call me, baby, and chit chat with me and cuss me out, I just sit back like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Tick tock, tick tock. And you looking at that time like, oh, that was a smooth 45 minutes. I can go ahead and bill 45 minutes. So you're going to mess around, and just because you feel like he didn't earn it from work, he could have earned it just from you being so slick, talking about she got it. He don't like talking and dealing with you. When he calls and responds to your family, every move that you make, you bill. You got some attorneys. I do the majority of my work on contingency, so I'm not very good at billing, as you can tell, because that's probably why I give up a whole lot of information that other people charge for. But they literally have timers on their phone. When that phone rings and they pick up, they like click, they hit the button to make sure they don't lose any amount of time. If you want to make partner in these big firms, that is part on how much you can bill. So if people have worked in big firms, they are really good at running up a bill. You'd be like, $10,000, what did they do? And then they can justify it because you want to talk to your lawyer every day. You want to send 50 people to talk to your lawyer every day. So I would be very, very interested to see if if Shirley asked for a bill of particulars and it had every phone call, every email, everything on there of Sonia talking to that lawyer. What y'all think? You said the money Shirley paid has to be gone. The billable hours have been used up with these two clowns. Don't forget the son was caught. That's what I'm saying, Tion. I think they keep he only did one appearance, so that don't mean no. We bill for any energy for your case. We're billing for. We got for copying. People say 10 cents a copy. For when I tell you it's stamps, how many stamps did they use? So they want me to mail out. Everything is billable. Yes, it is. Pam, can you address her theory on the new Mercedes that was given to him? Shh. Again, so it sounds like to me he is going to allege that they were in business together. And as business partners, she was giving up her Mercedes in order for him. She's alleging that she's giving up her Mercedes because he was supposed to get her something better. He's alleging they were in partnership, it sounds like, or maybe she is. I don't remember. And he went and got the RV in his name or whatever he bought in the company's name. But she's saying that wasn't their agreement. So I'm sure she probably got text messages or emails to see what it was. Ray said, I feel like she knew about Sonia during the breakup call. This may be how. Yes, because he said it would make sense though. Because I can't see anybody in Shirley's circle not telling her, girl, you better ask him for a bill of particulars so you can know exactly what he spent your money on, because he only been to court 3-4 times. And if Shirley isn't talking to him because Nesto instructed him not to even talk to her. Can you imagine getting a bill and it says, because that's how we're very, specific to know what the conversation is. Conversation with Sonia, 30 minutes. Conversation with Sonia, 1 hour. Reading email from Sonia. Remember, she said she wrote stuff up. She was doing bullet points, all type of stuff. Reading the email, responding to the email, reading a letter from Sonia, reading a letter from his son, doing this and doing. So most of that stuff was probably just used up on miscellaneous stuff that didn't have nothing to do with the case, because everybody just want to talk to the lawyer all day. But it costs to talk to a lawyer all day. It's dumb to continue to talk to a lawyer for them to say, I don't have anything new to tell you. Like, what do you want them to do? Come hold your hand to go down there for a visit? That he not doing that just out of the goodness of his heart. He's going down there to visit you, and he's charging for that visit. Ray, that's how I would be. Well, who is that? That's the phone call I was waiting. But Shirley sound like she just was like, I ain't as dumb as you think I am. I'm just gonna roll with it and do what I gotta do. Look at her. She's showing her little white furniture. She said, look, I could have all white where I'm at. I'm grown. I'm grown. Over here, my my $1 million raise with her $1 million raise face on. And listen, let's get on. What's so funny?
Hey man, I made that man feel like it, and I just couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take it no more. So
we don't believe you because you said you went off on Dre, and what we heard, Dre is the one that's always in control of those conversations. You don't talk to Dre. You tried to get a little slick a few times, like, and when he was first checking them about Shirley before this phone call that we just heard the other day. So he's tried to get slick a little bit, but Dre is in control of that. He's not gonna let Ernest talk to him any old kind of way. That's just not even in Dre's DNA. He was cutting him off like, you ain't got nothing to say to me, so why do you even want to talk? I heard the whole conversation. I know how you were. Trying to act like you a gangster. You better sit down somewhere.
Oh, of course. I'm sitting here and then you out there bullshitting and you got all my money. Yeah. What did you think?
And guess what? I can't even go to her and act.
You got all my money. That was not your money. That was Shirley's money.
Except for a dime, because she's so scared she don't know which way to go.
You hear that? I can't even go to her and ask her for a dime because she's so scared she don't know which way to go. She know not to go with you. This phone call was what? December 21st? Is that what it say? No, December 7th of 2023 is what this phone call is from. Shirley was done with you by December. So for you to even fix your mouth and say, I can't even go to her because she don't know which way to go. She's scared.
If I wanted to even try to ask, she'd give it to you though. Oh, she'd give it to you though.
Why would she give Sonya some money? That just threw me off. Why would Shirley give Sonya some money? Now, this is the part I think everybody must be talking about because that didn't even make any sense. He done put up his thumb and that.
They give it to you.
She give it to me.
Because guess what?
They got me thinking they trying to put it out there that I'm in a relationship. Why would she?
No. Let me explain something. One more, because you don't know. Them folks is from the Midwest, and they understand Chicago. The game. No, they're from the West. I'm gonna say California. California, they know how that shit rolled. That's how this shit. What we're going through now is nothing compared to California. This shit is nothing compared to California. They're used to that type of stuff because they're dealing with their bosses like that.
They're used to that type of stuff because they're First of all, I had a problem with him not knowing the Midwest from the West Coast. That was the problem. But then you say, no, California, they're used to. She told you she's not used to this jail stuff. She didn't even know. We seen on the call that she didn't even know how to put money on your books or do anything. But now you're selling them folks is you because he don't like to say her name. It probably brings heartache and pain. Now them folks is used to this type of stuff. What type of stuff? What? Let's go on. So Gigi said, meaning used to cheating. So if they're used to cheating, they wouldn't mind giving the mistress or the side chick money to help him out. That still doesn't compute with me. And as much as people want to talk about Shirley and her being unwise, that just does not sound like she barely wanted to give him money and she was married to him. But some chick can call and say, hey, I'm the one dealing with Nesto now, and I was dealing with him and sleeping with him while y'all was together, while I slept with him while y'all was together. Because she said what, once or twice, and that was before she knew he was married or whatever story she told. And I can go to the wife and say he needs a couple of dollars. He set her up for failure. To even think to go to Shirley and ask for money. That's ridiculous to me. You said, I'm from California. I'm not giving a side chick money. All right. Rihanna said, nah, it wouldn't be me. Doretha said, I don't see the super chat capabilities on the channel. I don't have them yet, Doretha, because I don't have the watch hours. You have to have, I think 3,000 watch hours, so I can't. But just hold off, hold your coins. It'll be there soon. That's why I'm over here trying to get these little hours up. Miss B's Corner said he trying to juice Sonya up to ask for money. They just didn't bet these visits would be released. If she would have did that, baby, Sonya is bolder than I would have expected. Yeah. Well, you need 4,000 watch hours to be in the AdSense program, and then you need 3,000, I think, for you to be able to get like super chats and stuff. So it takes a minute to get watch hours because despite what Sonya said, they don't count views. If they counted views, I'd be good because I get decent views on. I only did 2 videos over here, but I had decent views on them. But watch hours are different. So, like for instance, on a video I had 1,000 views on. I think the first one it may be like 200 watch hours. So it takes a little bit for you to actually get watch hours because people have to sit on your video for a while and actually watch it. So you just clicking on the video doesn't count. So your views don't even matter. It's how long people watch it. Fit Nana said Mr. Williams has told everyone that will listen. That's all. That Shirley Strawberry was his wife. Lies Sonya tells she didn't know he was married. He always wore his wedding. He did always wear his wedding ring. That is true. Natty said him or his side chick wouldn't get anything from me. You said the GoFundMe had $126 before it got pulled and reported, but it's gone now. Oh, she was close, I guess, huh? Well, she was 49,844 $44 away. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. But see, just like the GoFundMe, that's what I was saying is that she feeds him stuff where he really believing she out here doing the dang thing. She about to make thousands of dollars off of the YouTube channel, but then she had to come back on one of the videos and say, I got $100, and he was kind of just looking at her because you gassed him up before talking about you're gonna get $5,000 for 50,000 views and all of that. So she'll eventually tell him the truth because obviously he's gonna be wondering, well, where's all this money you making from the YouTube channel? So that's what I'm saying. Then eventually it'll come to GoFundMe. Oh, yeah, it's people saying good things about you. A lot of people on your side telling you the police is corrupt and that. So we gonna get somebody to go ahead and produce your movie. Let me put you on 3-way. I think that's the only time I actually heard her do kind of what she said she was gonna do was when she put the guy from Detroit on 3-way. We're gonna do the GoFundMe because people gonna want to give because they said it's corrupt and they see what's that. Oh yeah, the time is right because he can only go off of what she tells him, so he don't know that a lot of this stuff is overly exaggerated. He doesn't know that. So Miss Lady, did GoFundMe take that down? Because perhaps it was reported because she's not supposed to be raising legal fees, or was it Sonya that took it down? So we know how it got taken down. Yeah, with her civil economics, making $100 from 80,000 views. Man, listen. And told him that. That's why he should have been looking then when he should have said, but I thought you said you gonna make out of 50,000 views, you can get 5,000. So why you telling me you only got 80,000, you got 80,000 views and you got $100 check? Because views literally are clicks. That doesn't equate to how many people actually sit and watch your videos. So some people may just see you click on and click off. Some people may click on, like your stuff, and keep it moving just to kind of support that way to get you in the algorithm. But YouTube doesn't pay you like that, child. If YouTube paid you like that, I wouldn't be working at all. I would have a YouTube logo in the back on the wall. And then I would be sitting there, me, Dev, my baby, all our kids will be sitting there clicking all day. If I could get that much money just for some clicks, we'll be going on all my videos all day and we'll just be clicking on both channels. We'll just be clicking because I wouldn't need to work. If I could muster up that type of money just off of people clicking on something, then the YouTube doesn't pay like people think it is. It's very difficult to get to those high numbers. And people just make it sound like it's easy, but it's not as easy because a lot of people would have been quit working. Because I would have sat there, I'd have been like, all right, all the intellects, I need you guys right now. Go on and click on all my videos. That's what I would come on and say. Everybody click on all my videos right now so I can get this $5,000. If it was that easy. So shoot. Okay, go ahead.
You understand what I'm saying? Their whole entire reign is corrupt with this type of shit, like the P. Diddy shit and all that. Their whole
entire ring is corrupt with this type of stuff like P. Diddy. So he's putting her into, it looks like he's putting Sonya in the Hollywood realm. So you're saying just about everybody in Hollywood is corrupt, is what you're saying, and she's a part of Hollywood.
You got one going now. They stay in the. You got one going now. They ring stay in the courtroom with messy shit like the.
They stay in the courtroom with messy stuff. But Shirley has not been in no courtroom with messy stuff. She might have been in the courtroom because she ain't paid her rent. She may have been in the courtroom because she had to file bankruptcy. But she hasn't been in the courtroom for I'm sure she was in there when she got her divorce the first time, but Shirley's not known to be intertwined with a lot of this stuff. So
women and all that. You understand what I'm saying now? So they've been dealing with that, but she didn't have to deal with that. She dealt with it because of the bosses. You got it now?
Oh, so she didn't have to deal with it, but she had to deal with it because her bosses. So we know she worked for Tom Joyner. We know she currently works as a co-host with Steve Harvey. And I think it's Doug Banks. Is that his name? She worked for in Chicago. So that's what you're saying, is that she wasn't necessarily in it, but she's used to this type of stuff because of the way her bosses are. He just out here throwing all kind of people under the bus.
Now it's on them now. It's on her now. So what I'm saying is that.
So now it's her turn because she with him.
They're gonna listen to you because you had your facts together. All these other people that they just had this hand out, they didn't have their facts together. And she's not a factual person to sit. I don't want to, some people like, I don't want to deal with it. You deal with it.
So he says because everyone around him or her doesn't know what's going on with his case, Shirley will be willing to talk to her because she has her facts together. She knows what's going on. And he kind of was kind of degrading her a little bit right there when he was saying she's not a thinker. But after that, when he says she don't want to deal with it, I agree with that, but I think she has more of plausible deniability issues. Like sometimes if you know you have an inclination that something is wrong, but you turn a blind eye and make sure you're not in the room, or you make sure you know they're on the phone, probably talking to somebody they shouldn't, but you go ahead and you go do something else or whatever, you can really say, I didn't hear the conversation. I didn't do whatever. So she stays away from things so she can actually realistically say, I didn't know. I didn't know. And he knows that. And it looks like he played on that. So she's like, and all she wanted to make sure was she didn't have to put gas in her car. She didn't have to pay, he was responsible, obviously, to make sure the rent was paid, at least over there on whatever that street was that they had the eviction of, that started this whole mess with Erica. She's just that type of person. That's what it sounds like. And he knew it. So as long as I do the things that she doesn't really want to do, then I'm gonna be good, because she's not gonna go searching for anything. That's what he thinks. She's not gonna like ask questions. She's not gonna kick up dust because she don't want to deal with it. No, you don't want to deal with the reality. That's what he's saying. And we did see that in the phone calls where she was just okay. Whatever he told her, she was just like, okay. She didn't know how to go get tags on the truck. Like he did whatever. Like she ain't lived all these years and had to get tags on her truck. She just doesn't like to deal with things. And it seems like he basically has taken advantage of that. Gigi said Nesto thinks Shirley is dumb. She just don't care nor want to be bothered by Nesto anymore. I agree with that now, but I do think that she had some plausible deniability going on. Because some of this stuff was like, okay, you gone for 3-4 days, allegedly. What you doing? Or to make sure, or even if, because I think Nesto's, the barbershop, he got evicted from there. I pulled that up. You got evicted from there. So what you doing for money now? Like, it's just certain things that you should have been asking questions. Because I'm going to ask. Because I want to know. She didn't live there across from Eric. And that's another thing. And I pulled that up in another video. That address that all of this stuff happened on Pine Grove, Nesto was associated to that address on a previous case. So somehow that's a house that he's consistently been attached to, consistently. Now, it may have been it was leased by somebody else before. Then when they jacked up, they sent somebody else to come lease the house or whatever it was. But he was attached to that before Shirley, I believe. Shirley did not live there. And that's why Sonia made the statement one time where she said, tried to make a big deal that Erica lived next door, and he did, and basically Shirley didn't know who Erica was. But Shirley didn't live in that house. You knew at that time she was over there in Alpharetta because that's where the eviction was, where all of this stuff happened. That's where the young lady was saying that January, when they had to rush and move because the sheriff was at their home to put them out over when he had Erica going to court for him and all of that stuff, and they had the sheriff coming to put them out, and he wanted to store appliances at her house and all that stuff. Like, that was crazy to me. This is all alleged. This is what the lady said. But that's why they didn't have a place to stay. If they had a place to stay, they should have went over there on Pine Grove. So I can't remember. It's Miss Mad About Music. I can't remember when, but it was all this stuff was happening around the same time. 2020, 2021, something like that. It was on one of the it was on one of my videos. I can't remember which one. I have to look. DJ says Shirley probably told Nestor some of Steve Shaley dealings in the past. I don't know. She does seem like she talks to him, but I don't know. It's all alleged, Steve. We're not saying that you had any shady dealings. It's all alleged. I don't know if you made shady dealings or not. So that ain't what I'm saying. Let's go ahead.
With it. They're like that. They're that type of person. So somebody who have their facts together, they're gonna listen to. I know that for a fact.
You think she still want to save you though? That's the thing. Is she mad or is she just back there?
I think that.
Because listen to what your brother's saying.
See what I'm saying? She really doesn't want to. She don't want Shirley to be involved at all. If you pay attention, she'll say, "I want them to get back together. I want them to be back to." So now she's like, "Okay, so if all of what you're saying is true, Do you think she really still want to save you? Because your brother said, she said, so he want to remind him, don't go back trying to rely on Shirley. We done got Shirley out the picture. So don't go back and rely on her because your brother said.
You can't
and
listen
I don't know. That's the thing. You know him better than me. I don't know if he lie a lot, over exaggerate, full of shit. I don't know, what's his character.
Okay.
I do know he's kind of full of shit because he always say he's gonna do something and never fucking even come close to it.
Oh wow. Who does that sound like, Sonya?
No.
I got you.
So,
I'm gonna send you $50. Nigga,
no.
you paid $200 in a year and a half. What are we talking about?
What I'm trying to tell you. So I don't be
$200 in a year and a half.
In a year and a half.
Lose my number.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But
what I'm saying
is 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
Let me say this right.
She do that in 2 weeks. So she give him $150 every 2 weeks. That's what she just said.
Yeah. Them folks, that's a challenge to them.
Them folks, that's a challenge to them.
That's a challenge to them.
So basically what he's saying is that Shirley don't want to get beat by no side chick. So that's going to be a challenge to go ahead and stay in the mix because she don't want to seem like she lost to a side piece. This dude he's a piece of work.
Trust me. And they don't want to get exposed from the other shit from You got it now?
They don't want to get exposed from the others that has to do with him. So he's alleging that it's some stuff she might have been involved in, is what it sounds like. But we can't believe everything he said. We want to know what other issue talking about.
They're afraid of that.
So you need to go to her because I'm protecting her from something and ask her for money. And as long as you come with your facts straight, perhaps she'll give you the money because she's afraid that she gonna end up exposed out of all this stuff. That's not even funny.
You're catching on now?
I'm catching on.
Okay, then. Okay, so now, any means necessary. Any means necessary. That's all I'm trying to say.
Any means necessary. Yeah, you on here talking slick. You trying to stay in jail and not be out on bond. That's what you trying to do with this conversation.
The right way, with the facts, and you got that. And you think
right? I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to see if I can get it on this end.
Well, let me explain. That's what I'm gonna say to him. Make you laugh. You think them folks?
You hear that? I'm trying to get it on this end. So she don't even want to do it. She don't even want to be involved trying to talk to Shirley about that. Because he's talking too much. This was stupid.
I'm saying, looking at your shit right now. Absolutely.
So she over here looking at Sonya, looking at Sonya's YouTubes and everything.
I know they are.
Or somebody she knows.
Yes, I know they are. I know they are.
Because she mostly invested.
And guess what? And they want to see how far you're gonna go.
And that's the thing, right? And then at the end of the thing, she was like, "What do you want to say?" Well, I hope all of this works out. He's found, not guilty, of course, because he's innocent and he can save his marriage. That's what I said at the end of the interview. And his marriage can be saved.
He had to laugh at that. At the end of the day, I said, I want him to save his marriage. Listen, y'all can say what y'all want about Tasha K, but at the end of that, what did Tasha K say in that interview? She said, it sounds like this is like a whole, what did she say, a conspiracy or something? She said, that's what it sounds like to me. Look at them. They laughing about it because basically when you told Tasha K you want them to save their marriage, y'all know that was a joke. But now you're saying in this video call, it behooves Shirley to go ahead and help you out because she don't want to get exposed, and she's scared of getting exposed on things that she was involved with him. Woo. I see why y'all wanted me to talk about this the other night. I hadn't heard that part. I stopped listening even on phone calls from prison. I didn't hear this end part right here.
And his marriage can be saved. I said, because I feel like this is unfair to both of them.
You hell, boy. You hell on wheels, boy. You hell. Hey, and wheelchair try to tell me you don't know what you're dealing with. Yes, the fuck I do know that you didn't know what you was dealing with.
One girl was like, Sonya, they always keep calling me dumb, right? She was like, Sonya not dumb, she clever. I was like, why?
Who told you Sonya not dumb? No, Sonya thinks she's clever. That's what the real problem is. You think, because if you were clever, a lot of your moves you made, you wouldn't have made, because now those moves are going to be used against you. A lot of the moves you made can be used against you. And that's because you don't play chess, you play checkers. You're not worried about 4 or 5 moves ahead of you. You worried about right now. Just like you thought you was going to make $5,000 off of 50,000 clicks. Just like you thought if you did a GoFundMe, people was just going to pay. Just like you thought you can go call the Innocence Project and they was just going to jump on this. Just like you thought you had all these lawyers on deck and everybody was going to take this because you're going to get millions of dollars if you take the case.
Why do I have to say? I said, y'all going off of me and his phone calls. Me and him talking, I was like, we talk like we like boys, or like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, so why would I be on the phone trying to use big words and trying to sound impressive with him? I don't need to do that.
You don't need to do that. Just be who you are.
I said, this is just a comfortable situation. I don't need to be sitting there using big words and trying to sound some type of way. I said, I got 3 different, I talk 3 different ways. I got hood, I got office, and I got, I said, when me and him talk, we just talk hood. It's whatever. I don't need to try to sound like I'm trying to get a job, or like I'm talking to the courthouse.
Hey, don't hear like selling on in, but I'm here like selling on in. Man,
you know what? Let me address this, because I had to go back and forth with someone in the chat because they swore to goodness, and they might have been the one that said that in her chat, that Pam. And actually, it wasn't what Sonya said. From my understanding, is somebody in the comments said Pam would help you, but she's gonna charge. She could probably help you, but she's gonna charge. And she was telling us, though, I know, it was like, Pam is a lawyer and a blogger. That's why I started out and said, who told Sonya that? And then everybody was like, nobody told Sonya that. So somebody was in my comments and it was like, Pam, you did say that you would help her, but you don't do work for free, or something on the video where I was doing the bond information, when I was going in about how the lawyer kind of sucked and they need to, should have done a little bit better. He's entitled to bond and all of that. And she tried to argue with me about it. Now, she didn't have no real name or whatever, so it could have been Sonya or somebody else on the dummy page. I was like, I never said that. And you can go back. I'm telling you what video is. You can go back and I can show you the video of what I said. What I said was, I have information that could shake the tables up. I know what he can do, but I'm not going to say it here because I don't give out free legal advice. I was talking about specifically on my platform. Everybody was in the comments saying the same thing. No, Pam, be quiet. Don't say nothing else. You gave enough information. I was really thinking about specifically on my platform, because I try to give general information that might help people, but I don't give specific legal advice, which I say in my video. I don't do that. I say go to an attorney in your area. And I guess apparently that got construed as you can contact Pam, and as long as you pay her, she'll go ahead and do it for you. So that must have been a misunderstanding. But I wanted to be very clear that I always say, I'm not about to take somebody's case and I know what their response should be, and I just go on here and say, well, in Smith v. Turner, it specifically provides A, B, C, D, and E, or research that I've done to help you guys. And then they just get to pay their lawyer, and their lawyer can use what I use on my platform. I don't do that. So no. Yeah, Gigi said, I recall you. People have asked me that. Would you specifically help him? I was like, no. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning or whatever, I've always said he needs help. He needs, like, dang, these lawyers. Like when I found out that his lawyer had only been practicing for a year, I'm like, and they give him these type of cases. Now, granted, they work hard. Like I've seen his lawyer on Judge Manning's platform doing preliminary examinations almost every day. So I'm not saying she's inexperienced because she does a whole lot of preliminary examinations, but they do things because they have such a case overload. They do it kind of out of, I don't want to say ritual, but they just do it out of habit. So it's like, I have a template. Well, Your Honor, I believe that they have improved probable cause, and therefore, because they have improved probable cause, then I feel like this case should be dismissed. And then the judge comes back, well, probable cause is a low bar. I think the prosecution has proved probable cause, and we're going to let it, whatever. When it comes to the motion hearings, same thing. They do things that's just, it's nothing specific. Like anybody, they could pick anybody in the courtroom that they've never met that are defendants and come and they do the same spiel. They come up there and they don't, well, he's a longtime resident of Georgia. So basically the ties and connection shows that you probably aren't a flight risk because you need where you are. He graduated from here. I believe he won't go anywhere. I believe he's not a threat to society. And then that's it. And that's the IELA factors. And that's that. And I've learned the factors just from watching these attorneys do the same thing and say the same stuff over and over again. That's what I was saying, is that there's no effort to you putting time in to really craft and look at case law similar to his and looking at bond that you can give the judge something to put their hat on, because the judge is not just going to give it to you. Because if Nesto gets out and does something to anybody, that judge is going to be plastered all over the news that this person they're going to list, and they're going to make it look real bad. They're going to do a slow roll. They're going to list all his cases. Then they're going to pull up his past and they're going to list all of them. They're going to say, but Judge Manning let him out on $20,000 bond or something. And it has to fall on her. Now she can say, I looked at the factors. The prosecution didn't do this. He works here. He takes care of his grandkids. Whatever you come up with as to why it should be his health, he needs proper health care. He's been diagnosed since he's been in here, or whatever you come up with, she can justify what she's done. But if you don't give her nothing, she's not going to let your client out with some with some accusations like that. Because again, if he gets out and something happened, that falls on Judge Manning, or that falls on, Judge Adams or Judge Smith or whoever else. So you said, I am late to the chat because someone asked a question for me. At the end of the day, has Ernesto insinuated that Shirley has done something illegal? That's what I got from it. It sounds like an inference that she's scared that she's going to be exposed and she's done something. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know if that's what sounds like to you guys, but that definitely. And so because of that, he's inferring that he would not have a problem, that Shirley would not have a problem to talk to Sonia as long as Sonia got her facts together on everything that got to do with Nesto and actually help financially. That's what he basically said. And he doesn't talk in code very well. We all pretty much know all of his code people, Pinocchio and Coach. And she confirmed that she was Coach. So it was just like, he's not very well at not. And if I could figure it out by just watching this one time, the prosecution can figure it out. So let me see what Delisha said. Let's see. Deb said Pamela. Oh my gosh. When he say Pamela, it's serious. This is exactly why I tell you all the time to be very mindful of whatever you say on this public platform, because folks will take your words and comments and use them against your character. I don't think she was really using it against my character. I think she was just trying to say that I did say I would help her or something. And I was just like, I can tell you exactly what I said, and I can show you the timestamp of the video. So that's cool. And I say that all the time. Like, I don't give free legal advice, but I say that I don't do that on this platform or any other platform. That doesn't mean that if you call me, I'm going to represent you. I'm going to swear, I'm going to go ahead and enter an appearance and I'm going to represent you as long as you pay me. That's not what it means. It means that I'm not going to sit up here and know what your defenses are on my platform and then I just give it to you. You write it down, go give it to the public defender, and then she can go write whatever I said. That's what I'm talking about. No, I don't do that. Delicious said Erica sat at Shirley's dinner table in 2018. Wow. Well, it sounds like Erica has been around for a little minute, so it wouldn't shock me. Now, Erica looks very different. We have to agree with that. Because Erica, it sounds like, based on looking at the issues she's had health-wise, that she has some MS, which probably she's on cortisone or some steroid, and it looks like it blew her up. Because all of the pictures and videos we see of Erica, she was smaller. She was not a big person. So to see her face and how she looks now, it is different. And that's why that's why Sonya was talking about she looked like a bear or whatever. But it looks like she's on some type of steroid or something, and it's probably because of her health issues that she has, unfortunately. But yeah, I had one with her. So she was asking who Erica was. That's the picture how Erica was, and it looks like her face is, it's swollen, like it looks swollen. So that may be, and that's totally different from like the pictures that we've seen of Erica that's on his Instagram. Right, Pam, especially when they're not telling the truth about the situation. I don't believe Nesto told or provide his attorney anything. He thinks he just need a bond to get out of jail. Well, I think part of the issue is over there in Fulton County, just like with Erica, she's been out on bond since last March, so almost a year. And she has not had one court date. So once you get out on bond, you may not even come back for a couple of years. I think that the way Fulton County does it, sometimes these cases get stale and then they end up no lay pricing or dropping the cases like once they get out on bond or whatever. It's kind of like it's crazy because if you're in jail because you can't afford the bond, you're just in jail for all of this time, and they have up to 4 years to indict you for a felony. And I think it's 2 years for a misdemeanor. So they can keep you in jail as long as you have a bond. And if you just can't afford the bond, oh well. And it's already been case law that shows that they can give you a bond that you can't afford. And that's not unconstitutional. You're just afforded a bond under the statute, regardless of what the amount is. It may not be what you can afford. And sometimes that's what they'll do. If they feel like you are a risk, but because of under statute, you're unindicted, so you're entitled to a bond as a judge, you can basically, they're indigent because if you have a public defender. So all I got to do is get you a bond that's high enough that you ain't getting out no way. But just like they're sitting in jail for over a year unindicted, there are people that are out on bonds and they're still waiting for that same amount of time. So again, Erica is still unindicted, but she's been out on bond for dang near a year. April said they're using the jail and tax dollars at their disposal instead of prosecuting these cases in a timely manner. That's why when I was looking at the Young Thug case, and so every time the prosecutor, I guess they need more money, they ask the judge. I guess they have to get permission from the judge, and they have spent over $20,000 in that Young Thug trial for printing alone, just printing. Now that doesn't have anything. That's not to mention they've hired. I don't think in that case they hired the special prosecutor. They did that in the Trump RICO case. So they've hired 3 special prosecutors. That means a person they hire that owns their own firm or works for another firm, they hire them in as a special prosecutor that doesn't work for the prosecutor's office, but they just have a contract. And they've gotten paid, like you've seen the guy, Nathan. He was paid almost $700,000 over the last 2 years. Stuff like that, I'm sure pisses a lot of people off that work for the public defender's office that got a 60-person caseload that they can't adequately defend and minimal money, but you'll pay this person this. Let's like, we'll make sure the money is there for the people for the cases we think are important. And I think that sucks. But that's not just Fulton County. I think that's in almost every state where they can use more prosecutors and they can use more public defenders. But I haven't personally viewed everybody's system, but theirs is one of the worst to me. In Fulton County, it just seems bad. But again, I haven't just did some investigation into everybody's county. So it's just a couple of cases we've gone on over here have been a hot topic. So that's the only reason why I know as much as I do about Fulton. Delicious said, I hear he does not even have the experience for this sort of case. The one that you're talking about on the Trump case, I surmise. So the guy that was hired for the Trump case, what's his name? Nathan Wade, I think. He was in private. I want to say he did family law, but apparently he was a judge at one time. Now, what bench he was on, I don't know. So, assuming he was a judge for criminal, perhaps he at least knows criminal very well if that's what he was a judge for, but he has never done a RICO. But it's a lot of people that's never done a RICO. I've never done a RICO. Like I had somebody call me about 6 months ago to do a RICO. I was like, I've never done a RICO before and I ain't trying to do it now. But that's just mainly because I don't really do defense work like that. Unless you just give me an offer I can't refuse. But for the most part, I won't do it because it's very time consuming. I do more civil work, which is more paperwork now. And that's that. Even with like trying to help people get out of jail that are wrongfully convicted, it's a lot of investigation. Your investigators do more work almost than you do. So it's not as much work like that. So you said, Nitwit said, when I had to go to family court, my judge was texting the whole time. I've had judges like that too. Yep. I've had judges that in the middle of a trial, they were texting, putting on lip gloss, was on Facebook. Yeah, went to their page after the fact. I'm like, so while I was over here talking, you were not paying attention. I've had judges where I objected and they was like, wanted everything to be repeated again because they were doing something else. So yeah. I would assume if you were called as a special prosecutor, you would need that experience. He was in the prosecution office at some point, but I think he did misdemeanors or something. He did something that wasn't as big as RICO. That's what they're saying. But yes, I actually do civil work mainly. It's considered civil when you sue. Like what he's saying that he wants to do if Nesto was wrongfully railroaded or convicted. I don't see how he's going to do that because it looks like they do have probable cause. Now, if they manufactured evidence or something, that's a whole different conversation. But just assuming based on what we know and they have probable cause and these witnesses came forward, he really wouldn't have a case like that. But that would be civil. That he would have to go to federal court and sue them for that under various. I'm not going to say what the claims are because I don't give out free legal advice. But you would sue them for that, and that would be considered civil. Now, getting them out of jail is still criminal because it's post-conviction work. So it's still you still go before the actual trial court, or you might do a federal habeas, which is criminal for that. So that's why I said a lot of my stuff is hybrid, but it's not meaning it's both criminal and civil when you do wrongful convictions. However, it's not like criminal where I'm preparing to go to trial or I'm going to pretrial. I'm going to hearings. I'm arguing motions in limine to keep things out. I'm arguing whether they'll be able to enter other bad acts. All of you have a lot of court hearings. Luckily, we still do a lot of our stuff in Michigan on Zoom. So you don't have to go in, but we almost finished, y'all. We almost finished with this video. But yeah, I see what you guys were talking. I apologize for cutting it off. I just couldn't take anymore. And I know you guys wanted to know what was up with this alleged, but I hear what you're talking about. I hear what you guys are saying. I would interpret that the same way, that it sounds like he's saying Shirley is wrapped up in some stuff and don't want it to get out. And so because of that, she may still help, but she gonna help in the background on, she gonna help incognito. Now, what's interesting, unless it's sealed or Shirley did it anonymously, because sometimes you can't ask, like we didn't know Tiana Taylor filed for divorce until her husband got pissed off and decided to put their real names. So apparently you can start, I know in Fulton County, there are people that use initials and stuff like that. So she may have filed and we just don't know. Because Sonia said that she didn't file, that I guess the lawyer allegedly contacted him and asked where to send the paperwork, but nothing has been filed and he's never gotten anything. So perhaps what if she did file and she just used initials or something? I don't know. But if you put her name into any of those counties, it's not showing up that she did file.
I'm so glad you went through what you had to go through to get where you had right now, buddy. Woo-wee. I'll be lost. Champ.
You'd be fucked because there's a lot going on out here. And it is not easy. As I said, this shit is not easy. I said, if you think it's easy to try to go up against the state and they keep coming every other month with a new charge, a new lie. Like, that shit is crazy. I said, and you look at the stuff and nothing's making sense. And everybody I talk to in law says the same thing. That don't even sound right. What the fuck? That's not even grounds for a search warrant. Right. Throw that search warrant out and everything that was found under that search warrant. That's what's going to happen.
See how she just like, everybody I talk to, who are these people and why haven't they come in to represent this guy? They can pro hoc vice even if they're in other states. They can go, as long as they're in good standing, they can find an attorney locally and they can pro hoc in. Why isn't some of these people saying that ain't grounds for a search warrant? What are you talking about? If I can totally see how they got search warrants from us, all their search warrants that they have. One thing probably led to another thing, which led to another thing, which led to another thing. And as long as you show the magistrate or the judge probable cause, they'll sign off on the search warrant. So for somebody to say that some chick came in, gave testimony that this happened, that she got RAPE, you're saying that wasn't enough for a search warrant. Somebody coming in and saying you took money from them, they come in with text messages, they come in with bank accounts, whatever. That's not enough for a search warrant. See, she just says things, I think, that just makes them. And the bad part is, again, there's no perfect defendant. It seems like she just does not let him know anything that looks bad for real about it. The only time I've heard her acknowledge that he's going to have to explain something and he didn't say how he was going to do it was when Erica sat there and posed as the lawyer and they kept referring to her as April Hollowell and she was responding. Now Sonia did mention that, like, you're going to have to explain, well, how didn't you know that wasn't Erica if they kept calling her April and you've known this girl as Erica for all these years? And that never like triggered in your mind, oh, something might not be right. Now, I did hear Sonia say that. I give Sonia Luther King her props on that one. But other than that, she usually, you have to tell people the good and the bad facts. You can't hide them over in la. And see, that's what Nestor wants to hear from his lawyer. But a real lawyer tell you, look, I got you. I got my I have my investigators out. They on the ground. We working this case. I got, I'm not going to waste your money. I'm going to do all I can on my end. But then when bad facts come, you tell them like, oh, but she just showed the text messages of you saying A, B, C, D, and E. What is this about? See, Nesto is the person that when you come to him as the lawyer with bad facts, he's going to get pissed off at you and be trying to cuss you out. And I've had clients like that too. You're supposed to be my lawyer. That don't mean I'm supposed to have my head in the sand just because you don't like it. I'm letting you know this is out here. So what's going to be your explanation for this? How we going to combat this? Because we a team. You giving me the facts and the information. I'm just helping. I'm your advocate, but I can't do it without you. We need each other. But you do have clients that when you approach them with bad facts, they don't like it. But it's really for their good, because now we'll be prepared whenever they bring it up, in court. That's the worst thing, for you to have all these bad facts and then you just act like they weren't there, like the prosecution isn't going to bring them up. They about to railroad you with everything they can. And one thing she keeps saying too is about character. So she keeps saying, and then everybody she wants to use for character was in jail with them. Who uses ex-inmates as your character reference? Why would you think that's okay? He was your bunkie for 3 years. He knows you. What? Why is that a good idea? Why would that be a good idea? I need somebody to help me out. What's the logic behind that? And you also have to know that when you open the door for character, you open the door for character because you want to tell people how great you are. Because it ain't automatically enter into evidence. You got to know your rules of evidence. You open that door, oh baby, the prosecution is about to go, and everybody you've ever done wrong in your life, they'll probably have a whole week of everybody that you have ever done wrong in your life, from the people that allegedly you robbed or pled guilty to, and all them cases in the past that you pled to and all of that stuff. They might go find them victims. And everybody you've ever done anything, they might go get Ebony Steele. Whoever it looked like you done wrong. You've opened the door for all the people that are saying how great you are. You've opened the door for me as the prosecutor to go ahead and tell how jacked up you are. So that's not even a good strategy. That's why I said she's sending you down the wrong hole. Character references from inmates. That's the strategy. I just, you know what? It's like, basically, you know what would happen if I was the prosecution and you started to bring up all these inmates. I would be like, because when you do your opening statements, you have a theme and you try to keep the theme, and that mug will turn to birds of a feather flock together. That mug will turn to birds of a feather flock together. Okay, let me stop because I'm saying too much now. Let me go ahead.
Happened with that? Throw it out, because it wasn't even a legal. Let me see the application for the search warrant. What you put on there? What did you put on there? Because you didn't find anything that's a probable cause for a search warrant. You didn't find anything in that house. y'all walked through that house.
How you know what the house got to do with anything? If I'm a police officer and a man says there's some things going on here, they have not paid my rent and the checks keep bouncing, I go up, it's a bunch of freaking cars. It looked like it's an empty house. Looks like people just not really living there. They just come in there for a few seconds or whatever they do. And it's some theft going on. Then I run the plates, and the plates belong to people that say they don't even know you or whatever. Because I think that's what the things say. They run the plate. How are you saying they ain't had a right to go? Just because they didn't find anything doesn't mean they didn't have the right to go. And in fact, I'm going to give you something right now. Because that is the owner of the house, they didn't even need a search warrant. All they needed was permission from the owner. You can give consent for someone to come in. You can give consent. You can. And why wouldn't the owner give consent? And actually, they sent the owner out there to take license plate numbers and all of that first before they even got involved. You can give consent for people to search your car. You can give consent to do whatever. As long as there is consent, they can do it, and they don't need probable cause. I don't need none of that. If I say they'll come in and say, "Can I come in and check things out? Nothing's going on." Okay, officer, you can come in. Or you get people that say, "No, you don't have my consent. Get you a search warrant." That owner probably said, "Yep, you can come on in." So yeah. So I'm just letting you know. Sometimes I know. So let's finish this last few minutes.
Found nothing. Okay, you do have a credit repair charge at the very end. I saw today. Yeah, okay. Did you find any paperwork in his person or in the house that went to a credit repair company? Did you see any of that stuff?
But they didn't indict. They did not indict.
They didn't indict. They didn't take it to the grand jury.
Right.
No. They didn't take it to the grand jury. No, because it was bullshit.
Listen to her. Look, they ain't taking because it was bullshit.
Not enough.
Hair look good on you. Your hair look good on you. Hair look good on you. Yeah, you put them black glasses on, boy. You gonna and play with how you be doing? Cause you know some people get over that shit. I can't stand it, but your shit real.
You said ghetto.
I'm telling you, man.
No. I was like, ghetto? Fuck you. I'm not ghetto. I'm just me. You talk the same way as you used to. Yeah, because I heard myself and I feel like, oh, I cuss too much. Let me not cuss as much. But they was like, the cars are boring now. I'm like, good. I want them to be boring so y'all can stop listening to them. We're going to make them real boring for you. Good luck.
Wow.
Been boring. Wow. We don't even talk about shit. Like, y'all, the comment, the narrating what they were doing. The bloggers were trying to make them sound more juicier than what they were. They weren't juicy at all.
Yeah. So you gonna get on that today? You said you get on that today and do your thing today.
Yeah, I'm doing it today. I gotta do it today because it'll be a week since the interview aired, so I gotta really get that out no later than tomorrow.
Okay.
My team suck. All they did was sit on the couch and smoke weed and sit there and say, "Well, oh, you messed up. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that." I said, y'all didn't look at everything I mentioned is either on the phone call.
Who said that? Your niece said that? Your niece said that?
My nephew, right? Both of them too. The two high game. And I'm like, y'all look at the comments. Y'all go all the way back. Why did you mention that? I said, because it was, why did you talk about Edith? I was like, because they did a whole thing on her. And she brought up the fact that they're not even married because they're still married to Edith. I said, that's why. I said, did y'all do any of the back work on this? They was like, well, I watched a couple. I said, no, you got to do everything. So you know what you're talking about. Right. Don't worry about it. You know what? All you're going to do is upload shit. I'll do everything. Just upload.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll learn how to upload myself and do it my damn self because I'm not stupid. I just didn't want to do it. But I'll learn it and do it my damn self.
Wow. Okay, I love you very much.
Hard, especially when they get high all day. They're sitting there just, I love you too. I was over there for 3 hours and they kept lighting up joint after joint after joint after joint.
That's what them young folks do. That's what they do.
Are you?
I don't.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and turn notifications on so you don't miss the next one.
Yeah, go over there to phone calls from prison if you guys want to watch it from the beginning. Thank you guys. My intent. I need to stop saying that because I don't want to look like I'm a phase-on liar either. But my intent is to go on because I do have a response from Tasha K, and they had a hearing today as well. So I'm trying to see what went on at that ex parte motion for a restraining order. And we'll see what happens. But thank y'all so much. I hope I answered your questions. And I apologize again for cutting it off. But baby, I couldn't do it no more. My brain cells was just a brain selling. And I just couldn't do it no more. But hopefully I'll see you guys tonight. Thank you for 440 of you guys that came over here at noon. You could have been doing anything else, but you came over here with me. I appreciate that. If you guys could just do me one last favor before we get up off of this piece.
And another thing you notice, the first thing they say, make sure you guys hit that like and the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. After they get them dogging you out, before they dog you out, that's the first thing they say. If you like this video, make sure you hit.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Y'all make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button for all of you proper people. And thank you so much for watching and subscribing and supporting the platform. And hopefully, I will see you all tonight. You guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll holla at you next time.